Hello, everybody. Excuse me, and welcome to another episode of Angelika's Journal. I just wanted to share. I got my 3 seed order. Um, this one finally we got it today. These 2 we got on Monday, Tuesday. I don't know, earlier in the week, and this one finally arrived. So I thought I would go through this with you. The first thing I do is I pull out the orders from the 3 of them. And we will start with Mackenzie and then TNT. They're both out of Manitoba. Well, Manitoba. And then West Coast is BC. So we will start with Mackenzie. And so we will open it. Oh, they get their supplies from Uline. I'm not going to go through every single detail. I'll just show you what I do. Then I'll pause the video, finish that step. Then I will do the next step. And then again, pause the video and then complete the set. So you're not, I'm not going on here for a long period of time. This has bubble wrap on the inside. So I will keep this for journaling. You can use it for a cover or whatever. So, yeah, we'll just sort it out. These are annuals. These are vegetables. That's a fruit. Vegetable. These are vegetables. Annual flower vegetables. These are perennial herbs, herb, annual flower. Oh, these are considered a vegetable. It says vegetable. I always considered them a fruit, but that's fine. And then we got annual. Again, see, it's strawberries, and it says vegetable. Vegetable, annual. And there's my invoice. I think these are considered herbs too. Oh, there. The packages will shed some seeds. And that's something I'm going to show you after. The reason why I choose these the way I do. So first thing I'll do is check in the order. So we've got Blue Lake beans, green crop bush, and alpine strawberry. So here's the strawberry. So that one we got. Blue Lake, green crop. And I'm sure everybody knows how to do this. I'm just going to show you Mr. Big. Those are the peas. Okay, now it's herbs. Oregano. Thyme. Rosemary. Sage. Lemon balm. Lavender. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 6. Done. Okay, then the ground cherry is that one. This is the Aunt Molly. There is another variety also, which I think I ordered both this time. All right, so marigolds. Okay, marigold, French double dwarf, got it. Calendula, which I love. There it is. It's a Pacific Beauty Mix. Baby's breath. Aren't those beautiful? Put it in a bouquet. Oh, they're so beautiful. Lobelia. Look at how deep purple that is. Isn't that beautiful? Alyssum. There, another white one, but this is a lower growing. The other one grows taller. Moonflower. Oh my God, I got my moonflower. Isn't that, these flowers, they're amazing. They are huge white flowers, but they look similar to the Morning Glory. See? The centers are a little different, but these are like huge, and then these are a little bit smaller. So I love growing them together. The last time I did this, not last year, but the year before, I had used multicolored Morning Glory to go with the white backdrop. This year I decided to go with the blue. So Moonflower and Morning Glory done. P, Alaska, done. All right. Package protection. Root package protection, $1.33. Huh. Wonder what that is. Anyways, moving on. Tomato, super sweet, 100. Organic carrot. The Scarlet Nantis. And the Touchon. And then the baby blue eyes. Those are gorgeous. Those and the forget-me-nots are the two that I love. Those blue. Petunia. It's a dwarf bedding mix. Pansy. Show Swiss Giant. I've had them before. Love them. And the Cracker Jack I've had before. Love them. All right. So that's one company. So I will now do that with the other two companies. I will pause you while I do that, and then I'll show you what's next. I'll see you in a sec. Okay, I'm back, and I have checked them all in. So I got Mackenzie here, West Coast Seeds up here, and TNT on this side. Now these invoices will go, they will be filed. Any of these messages that they send, TNT sends, we will read it. And so I'll put that on the side because that won't be today. And so the next step is to add it to my planting schedule. So this is where I take each individual seed package, and I will take my yellow highlighter. You can use any light color, blue, green. I've got orange, that's pretty light. Anything, like these two are dark. The purple and the blue are too dark. You want something light. So here's another green. I got a peach one. Like there's all colors. Just pick the color you like. This purple might not be too dark. The Sharpie. These are the Sharpie brands. And this is a dollar store brand at the office. This is a dollar store brand. And then these I probably got at Walmart. The Sharpie one. But yeah, you can pick any color. What do I want to do? I'll go with my green. My dollar store green. All right, so now I look at the package, and then I take the highlighter, and it says start 10 to 14 weeks prior to transplanting outdoors. So you want that 10 to 14 weeks. Anything if you want, basically you're reading it, and then you're going to highlight what is important. Here it says to use paper towels for the best germination, which is what I do. And then you place them in a bag for 2 to 4 days. Once the seeds have sprouted, you remove it and cover it lightly with soil. Keep under lights 24 hours a day for the first 3 to 4 days. So this part tells you how to start the seeds. Now, I don't know if that's general when I go through all of these are TNT. So when I go through all their seed packages, if I find it's the same wording for every single one, like this one does, but these don't look like it has the same wording. So it's not something that they write on every single packages, which is good, right? Because if they're just repeating it on every package, then, you know, like what's the point? It's more general. Whereas here you see it's only on 2, the others don't have that. So that means geraniums, they're saying this is a special way to make it, you know, like a sprout faster. You get more seeds that actually germinate. You know what I mean? And then it says 24 degrees soil temperature must be maintained. Use a bottom heat. So in other words, you put it on a heating pad. Yeah, so I just read it. I also look for things like, this is why I like Mackenzie. Right here it says it's an annual. I want to know that. Tells you how long till it germinates, how deep to plant the seed, how far apart to space them, plant spacing. So this is seed spacing, and that's the plant. So once the seeds sprout and you get plants, that's how far you should plant them apart. And then what the height of the plant will be. It's going to be 2 to 3 feet tall. I also look on here. Oh, it doesn't say it anymore. Oh, here. For earlier blooms, start indoors 4 to 6 weeks before the last frost. Now, that information I need because once I have that information, you know how I label my different sections, right? 4 to 6 weeks before the last frost. So if they say to start it indoors 4 to 6 weeks before, you know it goes with the 4 to 6 weeks. So it goes in here. And then if you look at my list, it says here marigolds. So that's where it goes. So now this step is doing this. I will read every single package of seeds, highlight the pertinent information that you will need. I also will highlight annual or perennial, because perennial I try and plant in the ground. Annuals are in pots because they will not survive the winter. So annuals go in pots, perennials go in the ground most of the time. Some of them I do not because I'm limited with ground. I like container planting. So, and then you need to know how long. See, this one doesn't say how much time before the last frost. I'm going to have to read them all. These are the hardest because I actually got to read the whole thing to get all the information I need. And sometimes it's not all there. Whereas this one, everything's there. It says it's an heirloom hardy annual. So it's an annual, but it's hardy. Not going to survive more than 1 year, but it's hardy. So it can take cooler temperatures. Start indoors 10 to 12 weeks before the last frost. Maximum height. So you know, is it a front row plant? Is it a middle row plant? Or is it a back row plant? You need to know the height. How many days to germinate is just a guideline because when you plant the seeds, you'll mark the date on the bag. And then when you put a stick in, because it has sprouted and you're now putting it in a pot of soil, you will put a stick in it and you'll mark the date so that you know when it should be sprouting. And then you give or take a week. So I'm going to pause you and I am going to go through all my seeds and highlight all the pertinent information. And then as I go through them one by one, I will put them where they belong. And then I'll show you the next step of what I do. So I'll see you in a sec. All right, I'm back now. So now I took out my binder. the next section is to list all the products. Now I noticed the begonia, which is this, is in last year's list. So this is 1 year old. So we're going to do that. We're going to have it in the 10 plus weeks before the last frost. Then there's 8 to 10, 6 to 8, and all that. So we're working on this section. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to reprint this. Once I have them all updated, I'm going to reprint it, and like this is going to have its own page. The 8 to 10 will have its own page. The 6 to 8 probably will have 2 pages, but I'm going to keep them separate. So anyways, the next step now is I will pull from my 10 weeks or more. So this is everything is now in that section. These are the new ones. These are the ones I got. Well, there's 2 kinds of strawberries. One is Regina and one's Alpine. I don't know if you can see that. Here we go. So here are the 2 strawberries. All right, and then these are the leftovers, like the leftovers from last year. Now the red geranium, I guess I got it from Mackenzie last year. I didn't, oh, probably because they didn't have the white, which is why I went with TNT, because they have the red and the white. So this red is just called red, and this one's a red zonal F1. So anyway, so now what I do is each section I pull out the seed packages. The ones with paper clip are of course leftovers from last year or 2 years ago. I do normally put the date, see 2022, so these are 2 years old. So I will try and use them up this year. Usually it lasts three years. I've even used 4 years. But of course the older they are, the less seeds will germinate, right? All right, so now anything that's on this list that I do not have. So Pansy Show Giant, I have it. The tuber I have. Dracaena I have. Where is it? Oh, right here. Dracaena, that's from Perron. The red zonal I have. The Maverick White. Yes, Maverick White I have. But I also have the Maverick Red. So Maverick, I'll put here Maverick Red Geranium. There. So geranium, repeat, Maverick, and then red. So I have the red and the white, plus I have that. All right, so Rudbeckia. Yes, I still have it. Dianthus, I still have it. All right, so now these... what I should be doing is going with Pansy Show Giant. I have it already there. So we'll put it to the side. The Begonia, put it to the side. Dracaena, put it to the side. The Zonal Red, the white, and the red I've already added. The Rudbeckia. Oh, here's another Pansy Show Giant. So they've changed their packaging, but the exact same thing. So then I will use this paper clip and paper clip them together because they're the exact same thing. It's just I have now more seeds. And then the Rudbeckia, we said yes, and the Dianthus. So that means these 4 are not on the list. Now I do group them by annual and perennial. Here there's vegetable, there's flower, herbs. So they are, see, herbs, you got annual, biannual, and perennial. Flowers, you will have all 3 also. Vegetables are all annual, so you don't even have to mark it with vegetables. So now I will add to this list these 4 wherever they belong. And I'll do my whole list, and then I'll be back. Like each section, every seed, I need a complete, concise list of the seeds I have and what I need to start. This part I'm not going to worry about right now. Right now, I just want an accurate list. That's it. And so I'll do that and then I'll be back. I'll see you in a sec. So, it's only been a second for you guys, but for me, it's already the next day. I apologize for not posting this video yesterday. I thought since I got my 3 seed orders that this would be a quick video. And it would have been, except I discovered my seed schedule. I no longer had it in my computer. So I had to redesign, like redo it on the computer. And so I did this part and then I just copied it many times. But then I had to organize my seeds and go through all the seeds. And so I did redesign it a bit, but that took like, I don't know, 4 hours last night. So by the time it was done, it was like midnight. And so I just figured, you know what? There's no way I'm going to post it on Wednesday like I was planning to. So I just left it and I am continuing it today, which is Thursday. And so I did do the schedule. So I grouped them: flowers, fruits, herbs, vegetables. Like I separated the groups. And then annual, biennial, and perennial. Because the perennials, you only plant them once and then you wait a year and see if they come back. And those are usually the ones I do in ground. So these two, if I'm not mistaken, are already in the ground. So this year I will see if they came back. And if they did, then I'll just add the seeds and then that'll be done with. I'll never buy it again. If they didn't, I do have some seeds left to try again. I put in the rest of the seeds and then hopefully next year it'll come up. Also, anything that's a biennial, I'll plant 2 years in a row because it only blooms in its second year. So if you plant them, let's say in 2023, and then the same spot, you drop more seeds in 2024, my hope is that the seeds I planted in 2023 will bloom in 2024, and the ones I planted in 2024 will bloom in 2025, and then it does this rotation. That's what I hope for. I don't know if it does actually work, but that's what I do with biennials. And then, of course, annuals are always in plant pots, and then from one year to the next, they could get switched out. Yeah. And then the fruits are like strawberries. I like to replenish it just because I have it in a container. It is a perennial, the one that's in the container, not these, but the one, or these, it says perennial. I don't know. But because I have it in a shallow container, because it doesn't need a deeper pot than 6 to 8 inches, maybe 8 inches would be optimal. But the container I have it in is a container and it's shallow. So with our winters, the frost could damage the roots. So I just replenish them every year. These two are a different variety than what's in there. So I will start these indoors, but I won't put it out until the weather warms up. And I will give the ones that are out there a chance, because if they do come back, then bonus, I can plant this in another container and have multiples. So anyways, the seed information I still have to fill in, but that you do in between when you have time. It's not something that, because the seed packages, like here's my box, and the seed packages give a lot of information on the back. Is this Mackenzie? Okay. Mackenzie is just easier. See, it gives you days to germination, seed depth, seed spacing, plant spacing, plant height. Like, I need to know how tall the plants are going to be. So this gives me pretty much the information that I need. Um, this one does not show the lighting. I like their old packaging better because on the front, see here, this is their old packaging. It says full sun. The height is 24 inches. I like this because I can just look at it and go, okay, it needs full sun. Oh, it can take part shade. You know what I mean? Whereas their new packaging, Mackenzie, if you're watching this video, you know what I mean? It does not have that picture guide. Days to bloom. Oh, here, I guess that might be the sun thing. Hold on. Maybe I figured out what they did. That's why I hate when things change, because you get so used to the old routine. That says full sun. That says full sun. I'm trying to find a package, new packaging. See, this one does not show the sun for the herbs. Here's a spearmint. See, it doesn't have the sun. And on the back, it doesn't have the sun. See, I like when the information, you know, was on the front. And then the back is all about the seed. Anyways. So they're all put in the sections they belong. 0 to 2 weeks is still nothing. Because at that point, if it's 2 weeks, you could direct sow them. Cool weather, warm weather. Yeah, so they're all in order. So now, this part of the process veers off in 2 directions. This is the seeds. So now I'm going to start my begonia. And then these two. The Dracaena is technically a house plant, but they use it in the garden. So that's a house plant. And then my hibiscus is a house plant. So I will probably start these next week. And then once we hit 10 to 12 weeks, we'll start the next group of seeds and next as we go. I will print out a calendar that will stay in the box that will show me the different weeks. And I still have to do that. And then this box is done. And the seeds are ready to be started. I just got to add that calendar so that I can go by the date and go, oh, okay, we've entered now the, 8 to 10 weeks. So now I have to start those. So this is veered off into its own schedule. And then this has veered off into its own schedule, because now what I'll do is I'll put seed information here, which is the height, the type of light it likes, the type of moisture, if there's special, how to feed them. That'll all be here. And then when I start the seeds, I will enter dates here because it's not in the box. So I will enter the dates here. And usually on the Ziploc with the paper towel, I'll put the date. But then once it goes into a pot, I don't have a date anymore. And then once this is completed, I will start my plant info. Like I said, this is something new I'm doing. So I'm going to do like flowers, herbs, vegetable, fruit, or something like that. So there'll be 4 tabs up on this side, which is the top of the binder. And then I will enter all the information. And then anything new I learn or anything specialty, I'll mark on this plant information. So if I have an issue with a plant, I can mark it here, so-and-so date, infested with aphids. And then I can go to my insect section, find out a remedy for the aphids, try it out, and maybe document it here, or maybe just add in brackets, eliminated aphids with, borax, or I don't know, whatever. Any other specialty notes like this could be divided into 3. So you have like here, and then you'd go to here, then you'd go to here. You know what I mean? Like, this is just going to help me to be a better gardener. And by doing this, you learn along the way too, right? Where's my, here it is. So anyway, so this will veer off into its own way, direction now. And that'll be another project. Finish the seed information and start doing the plant info. you know, this becomes part of admin now. And then all my notes I can go through and enter it in the section it belongs. My printouts here, I can now go through and put it where it belongs so that this becomes empty and this is gone. Like the folder I might be able to stick in here, but it'll be empty. Everything will be empty because everything will be in here in its place. And so this I'll put in the dining room now, or I'll put it on the side here somewhere. And then when I'm watching videos and I want to do some of this, I can, like if the videos have a boring part or they're being repetitious, I will ignore it and I can read a section. And then every time I do a section, I just cross off the lines or X out the paragraph, that kind of thing. The same like I do with the catalogs. And so that's everything. The next video will probably be seed starting. I don't think I will show you the binder anymore. It's pretty much done now. Now it's just my personal notes and stuff. So it'll just be starting the seeds. And I will show you that once I set up my seed area where I'm going to put my shelf and everything. I may leave it downstairs. I don't know. But once I figure that part out, then I can start the seeds and I'll show you that process when the time comes. But for this planning of the garden is done. I pretty much know where everything's going. I have all my seeds. I did make a list. What did I do with that list? Did I put it in my drawer? No, I didn't. I did have a list. It might be in the binder. As I was going through, I realized there was a couple of seeds I never ordered. Oh, I know where I put it. So at the end of this schedule, the last page, I forgot to get celery seeds and Sweet William I really like. Bare roots, I would like to try blueberry again. I tried it and it wasn't successful, but I did it in ground. I would like to try it in a tote. Gooseberries used to be in the backyard, but it was a very old bush. The fruit did not quite taste right. So I'd like to try that again. I do have those big half barrels. So one could be blueberry, one could be gooseberry, along with the raspberry, the grapes, and the rhubarb. And then my strawberry planter in front of it. So that could be really nice. Lily of the Valley, I had it and I love them, but they did not take. So I'd like to buy a rooted one, like a plant in a pot, and put it at the front area. I think it would look nice in the front. And they like a lot of sun, I believe. I'll have to check. So this I already have. I have 2 raspberries, a rhubarb, the 4 o'clock, the grapes, and the lilac. Those are all no, not all in ground. These are not in ground. The lilac's in ground. So I already have these. I'd like to buy these. I forgot my celery seeds, plus the Sweet William I'd like to have. And here I started my garden supplies. Now this is the very last page of the seed schedule. So this technically does not have to be in here. This should go onto the, I'm just going to pull it out. This should technically be in the other garden supplies needed. It should be part of this because I started my next order, which is when I go to the store. And so these two should be together because, yeah, I could update, put it here and then get rid of these two. These two I could get rid of because I don't really need to know what I have. I know what I have. But the things the things I need to buy is this. Celery I need to buy. This is a want. And then these are a want. So I could make a new list for the next one. But anyways, there you have it. That's it. That's all she wrote. And yeah, so this binder will be mine. I will work on this. I won't do a video on it. But the seeds and the shelves and all that, that'll be the next video. It's probably going to be the shelves, if I'm going to move them or not, and then starting the seeds. So I hope that helps you to plan out your garden if you plan on doing a garden. I hope you got something out of this. I tried to make it as concise, like detailed as possible, just to give you ideas if that's something you want to do. I like paper. I like keeping track of stuff. So this is why I have my binder. I can't remember everything about the garden. I can't remember everything about every single plant, but I'm a visual person. So seeing it written down in a binder, because I do have photographic memory, so maybe by repetition, seeing it repeatedly, it'll start sticking in my head and it'll become second nature. So I like having it written down. Not everybody does. Some people like to use the computer and just do it on your phone or on the computer. I like written. I like paper. So I will leave you here. I hope you all got something out of it. Do what makes you happy, and everything else will fall into place. So if for you it's not the writing part, you think it's a waste, that's fine. You do you, the way it works for you. And I will see you on the next one. Take care. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.